This is DD India. You're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leaving for a two-day Japan visit tonight. He will hold key meetings focusing on defense, security, trade and economy. This will be followed to a visit to China from 31st August to 1st September. Prime Minister Modi will hold the 15th India-Japan annual summit with his Japanese counterpart Shigeru Ishiba in Tokyo. Preparations are underway to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Japan. On the day of his arrival, the iconic sky tree in Tokyo will be lit up in the colors of the Indian tricolour. In China, Prime Minister Modi will attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's 25th meeting of the Council of Heads of State in Tianjin of 31st of August and 1st of September. As India's National Financial Inclusion Mission, the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana completes 11 successful years today. Its achievements are visible nationwide, from the rise in rural account ownership to the surge in digital transactions, signalling a transformed financial landscape. As per official figures, under the Prime Minister Jan Dhan scheme, 561 million beneficiaries have joined the banking ecosystem so far, with about $31 billion bank balance in beneficiary accounts. Meanwhile, there are 1.35 million bank mitras delivering branchless banking services in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi posted on X saying that when the last mile is financially connected, the entire nation moves forward together. That is exactly what the Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana has achieved. It has enhanced dignity and gave people the power to script their own destiny. As part of the 75th years of the National Sample Survey, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation organized a data users conference on the periodic labour force survey in New Delhi on Thursday. Earlier in the day, Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta along with Delhi Minister Pankaj Kumar Singh flagged off buses for college students under the Use Special scheme. This initiative allows Delhi University students to travel safely and economically. A report by Ernst & Young projects that by 2038, India may become the world's second largest economy in PPP terms by 2038, with a projected GDP of $34.2 trillion. The Indian government waived import duty on cotton till 30th of September to boost supply for the textile sector and further extend the exemption on HS 5201 variant of cotton till 31st December 2025 to support exporters. In a severe blow to the criminal networks operating in the border regions of Manipur, Assam Rifles, along with police and paramilitary forces, apprehended a suspected individual involved in extortion and illegal arms trafficking linked to Village Volunteers Eastern Zone. The Press Information Bureau has debunked a viral fake video that was being circulated by pro-Pakistani accounts with the doctored footage of India's Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan falsely claiming that he praised Pakistan's army as superior. The fact check confirmed that no such statement was ever made. To accelerate the bilateral economic cooperation for shared prosperity, PhD, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in association with the Consulate General of India, Birgunj, Nepal and other bodies, organized India-Nepal Economic Partnership Summit 2025. The chief guest and keynote speaker at the summit, Devi Sahai Meena, Consul General of India-Nepal, said that both the countries have an open border which strengthens the business and economic partnership. Border Guard Forces of India and Bangladesh held Director General level coordination conference from 25th to 28th of August. India's BSF raised concerns over attacks on personnel, trans-border crimes in Bangladesh. The death toll of Maharashtra's Palghar building collapse incidents has risen to 15 and 9 people have been injured. 2 residents are missing and rescue operations to find them is underway. President Draupadi Murmu has expressed grief over the Palghar building collapse incident, terming it extremely tragic. The Katra Hotel Association in Jammu and Kashmir announced free accommodation to pilgrims and needy people who have been stranded following a devastating landslide on the route of the Vaishno Devi Yatra. On to business news now. The Indian benchmark indices ended on a weak note on Thursday. At close, the Sensex at the BSE was down 706 points at 80,081. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange was down 211 points at 24,501. Extending their rising streak, gold October futures at the multi-commodity exchange rose by 33 rupees to trade at 101,575 rupees per 10 grams. Silver September contracts were resilient, surging by 753 rupees to a new all-time high of 116,850 rupees per kilo on Thursday. At the Forex market, the Indian rupee ended 10 paise lower at 87 rupees 63 paise against the US dollar on Thursday. In the global energy market, Brent crude eased 41 cents to $67.64 a barrel. Asian stock markets exhibited a mixed performance on Thursday, influenced by factors such as technology sector fluctuations, US economic data, and specific regional developments. Shanghai's benchmark index slipped from a fresh decade high close as investors rotated into undervalued sectors following an extended rally. European stock markets opened higher on Thursday as investors assess an above-consensus quarterly earnings report from tech giant Nvidia. The Swiss economy, it was reported, will likely grow more slowly than previously expected next year due to the massive import tariffs imposed by US President Donald Trump. US President Donald Trump presided over a policy meeting on Israel's conflict in Gaza and posed plans for the Palestinian territory with inputs from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and former Trump Middle East envoy Jared Kushner. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar at the State Department on Wednesday to discuss key issues in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria and Iran. All United Nations Security Council members except the United States said that the famine in Gaza was a man-made crisis and warned that the use of starvation as a weapon is banned under international humanitarian law. The US told the United Nations in a letter on Thursday that it will not take part in an upcoming regular review of its record on human rights. Israel has said it is preparing to launch a new offensive in Gaza City, which it describes as Hamas's last bastion. Around half of the enclave's 2 million people are currently living there, and Israel has said that they will be told to evacuate. Israeli army tanks and soldiers were seen by the Gaza border on Thursday as plumes of smoke rose from Gaza. Israeli planes and tanks have pounded the eastern and northern outskirts of the city. A candlelight vigil was held in Lyndhurst Park in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Wednesday after an assailant armed with 3 guns fired through stained glass windows into a Catholic church where parish school students were attending the Mass, killing 2 children, wounding 17 others before killing himself. Mexico's Senate erupted into violence on Wednesday. The fight broke out after a difficult debate about the presence of armed forces from other countries in Mexico. Japan's top trade negotiator cancelled a visit to the United States at the last minute on Thursday, further delaying talks designed to finalize a $550 billion investment package offered by Tokyo in exchange for relief on punishing tariffs. China on Thursday voiced its opposition to the Trump administration's plan to tighten the duration of visas for students, cultural exchange visitors and members of the media. Denmark, under its EU presidency, is organizing an informal meeting of foreign affairs ministers on Thursday and Friday. The meeting in Denmark aims to provide an opportunity for a strategic discussion of the EU's security and defense cooperation, particularly with regard to the EU's military support to Ukraine and defense readiness. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius said that a new Rheinmetall factory would shore up weapons supplies for Ukraine as well as for Germany and its NATO partners. Russian oil supplies through the Druzhba pipeline to Hungary and Slovakia have resumed after an outage caused last week by a Ukrainian attack in Russia. Slovakia and Hungary will continue to cover the majority of their oil needs from Russia and are keen to keep those supplies coming despite European Union efforts to diversify from Russian commodities. Ukraine's Air Force has said that Russia launched 598 drones, 31 missiles in overnight attacks, adding that it downed 563 of those 598 drones and 26 of the 31 missiles launched by Russia overnight. Ukraine's President Zelensky has said that the deadly attack on Kiev shows Russian answer to diplomacy. While Russia on Thursday said it had targeted military sites in overnight strikes in Ukraine using hypersonic missiles, which Kiev said hit apartment blocks and killed at least 14 people. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte contacted EU after the Russian strike on their diplomatic base in Kiev. This comes amid reports of EU summoning the Russian envoy. Now, amid fresh strikes, Russia has said that it is still interested in peace. However, it will continue strikes on Ukraine. We are heading for a short breather here. We'll be back with Express News in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
When enough food is produced to feed everyone on the planet, hunger should be the thing of the past. How did we get here and what can be done about it?
India is a very important country for us, a very important partner. We also hope to be tapping into India's growing influence in the world. So we have signed a letter of intent to establish a partnership where India will make available in a predictable way affordable and high quality rice for our operations.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's resume. On to weather updates now. After 3 consecutive days of heavy rainfall, weather in India's Jammu region has started to improve. Thousands of people have been safely evacuated. Schools, colleges and universities remained closed on Thursday. Amid the current flood-like conditions in northern state of Punjab, several villages across more than 10 districts are affected due to heavy discharge of water from Bhakra-Nangal Pong and Ranjit Sagar dams. Heavy rainfall in the hills and the catchment areas of rivers Satluj, Ravi, Beas are flowing through Punjab have caused floods. Schools across the state will remain closed till Saturday. In response to the massive floods in parts of Punjab, Indian Army has deployed Army aviation helicopters for flood relief and rescue operations as part of its relief efforts. The rainfall in the northern state of Himachal Pradesh slowed down over the past 2 days, though in Kangra district, the water level in the Pong Dam on the Beas River has risen above the danger mark, prompting evacuation in 80 villages. Most parts of Himachal Pradesh's Kullu, Manali and Chamba districts are witnessing the wrath of nature. Rocks have broken off and fallen onto roads, and the Beas River has engulfed settlements, disrupting power and water supply. The India Meteorological Department has said that above normal rainfall is expected in many parts of north, west and central India at least until September 4th. with generally wet weather likely to last until September 18th. The Met Department issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall over southern state of Karnataka and Telangana's coastal regions, adding that the heavy showers will likely continue till September the 2nd. The weather outlook for the coming days shows continued rain in India's western city of Mumbai, with rainfall amounts slightly exceeding typical levels for this time of the year. The Yamuna River has once again crossed the danger mark, sparking concerns of possible flooding in India's capital, New Delhi. Flood relief camps have been set up at low-lying areas. More than 1 million people have been evacuated from Pakistan's Punjab province due to flooding caused by heavy rain, the Provincial Disaster Authority said on Thursday. Sialkot remains the worst affected. A landslide triggered by Typhoon Kajiki has killed at least 2 people and left 5 missing in a Thai village. Heavy rains caused floods and landslides, affecting more than 180 households. Typhoon Kajiki also led to the death of 7 people in Vietnam, where flooding has damaged and inundated more than 10,000 homes and offices, as well as destroyed 86 hectares of rice and cash crops. Residents were evacuated from their homes in Algeria's Kria Mountains as wildfires spread, but by Wednesday, firefighters had put out the blaze. Thick plumes of wildfire smoke were seen rising from the mountains in northwestern Spain. The fires have claimed 4 lives and forced the evacuation of thousands of residents. A Viking longboat replica sailed under London's Tower Bridge on Wednesday, marking the final leg of a European voyage retracing ancient trade routes. The ship Saga Fairmont is a full-size archaeological reconstruction of a 10th century Viking cargo vessel. British record listing platform Guinness World Records marked its 70th anniversary on Wednesday. Queen Elizabeth's 2006 Range Rover was sold at an auction on Wednesday for $235,000 at the Silverstone Festival in England. Argentinian researchers unveiled a new species of carnivorous crocodile from southern Patagonia, a robust, mostly terrestrial predator that lived about 70 million years ago. Named Costin Suchus atrox, the animal was discovered in Santa Cruz, Argentina. Aruka Studio, a 2D animation studio based in West African nation Togo, is making waves with its unique African tales brought to life on screen, providing a platform for African stories to be told and shared globally. Revelers rejoiced as they got showered in tomato puree during Spain's annual food fight festival Tomatina on Wednesday. Members of the Mexico Clown Club took part in the 25th annual pilgrimage to the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City, expressing gratitude for past favors and seeking new blessings. The annual Yoshida Fire Festival was held in Fuji, Yoshida City, Japan, to bid farewell to Mount Fuji's summer climbing season. The event, which dates back over 400 years, featured burning torches that lit up the evening sky. A cultural exhibition showcasing the rich heritage of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states has kicked off in Beijing. The exhibition, hosted by China, features 220 precious cultural relics from 10 museums in Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO countries. At the Champagne Problems, a Taylor Swift-themed bar in Manhattan, fans celebrated news of the singer's engagement. The space, decorated with murals, pins and friendship bracelets, served drinks to Swift fans while her music videos played on the screen. News from the world of entertainment now. Rapper Drake's world premiere, Degrassi Whatever It Takes, is set to premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on the 13th of September. First look of Netflix American biographical crime drama Monster, The Ed Gein Story Season 3 is out. The series will hit the OTT platform on the 3rd of October. Korean action film Mantis has unveiled its teaser. The film is set to premiere on Netflix next month. South Korea's biggest cinema event, Busan International Film Festival, will celebrate its 30th edition on September 17th with a record 328 films. German filmmaker Werner Herzog has been honored with the Golden Lion for lifetime achievement at the 82nd Venice Film Festival. Twilight fans will soon be able to relive their epic love triangle between Bella, Edward and Jacob as the Twilight saga returns to theatres in October this year. India's Goa will start a single-window online system for film shooting permissions from September the 1st. Bollywood actors Siddharth Malhotra and Janhvi Kapoor's Param Sundari releases this weekend. More than 12,000 tickets have already been sold out in advance booking. Supernatural psychological horror sequel Vash Level 2 released on Wednesday, hitting the box office with a collection of 1.5 to 1.75 crore rupees on its opening day. Mahakumbh social media viral girl Mona Lisa Bhosle will be starring in an upcoming Malayalam film titled Nagamma, which will feature her opposite Nilatamara actor Kailash. On to sports news now. Novak Djokovic overcame an early scare to reach the third round while Casper Ruud is knocked out of the US Open in New York. Norwegian 12th seed and the 2022 US Open finalist Casper Ruud fell to Belgium's Rafael Killignan. Britain's Jack Draper withdrew due to injury, giving his second round opponent Zizou Bergs a walkover into the third round. In the women's draw, Britain's Emma Raducanu continued her solid start to the tournament after dispatching Indonesian qualifier Janice Jen. Fourth seed Jessica Pegula is also into the third round after beating Russian Anna Blinkova. Carlos Alcaraz powered into the third round of the US Open with a dominant win over Italy's Mattia Bellucci. Former champion Daniil Medvedev was fined $42,500 by the US Open for his meltdown during a loss to Benjamin Bonzi. India's star javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra will be in action at the Diamond League final title in Zurich, Switzerland on Thursday. In men's doubles badminton, India's Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty will play their round of 16 game on Thursday. In mixed doubles, Dhruv Kapila and Tanisha Crasto advanced comfortably, defeating Hong Kong's Tang Chun Mun and Si Ying Suet. Manchester United plumbed to new depths as fourth-tier Grimsby Town knocked them out of the League Cup on a tumultuous night at Blundell Park. Lionel Messi's Inter Miami defeated 10-man Orlando City 3-1 in the League's Cup semi-final in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. American Grandmaster Wesley So clinched the 2025 Sinkfield Cup after a dramatic final round and a three-way playoff in St. Louis on Thursday. India's R. Pragnananda finished runners-up after falling short in the playoff, while the USA's Fabiano Caruana took the third place. World champion Diego Cage finished 8th in the Sinkfield Cup standings with just 3 points. So that's it in this edition of Express News. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.